Hi guys, Namaskar, Bonjour and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to discuss about a topic which has been asked a lot, which is dependent visa in France for Indians. So yes, if you come to France on a student visa or a work permit, a talent passport, etc., any type of visa in France, after staying for some time, you will think to bring your family or your spouse, your children, your husband or wife, and there is not enough details actually provided on the internet as well. So today I'm going to share what all details I got for people who are on a student status or on work permit or talent passport, or who got a CDI in France with a full-time job, etc. So the first question we make to ourselves is, am I eligible to bring my spouse in France? The answer is yes, you can. Whatever status you have in France, you can bring your spouse. Now, what all status and what are the criteria? Let's discuss. The main condition for inviting your spouse to France is you should be here in France, you should stay in France for at least 18 months and with a 1-year valid visa. Now, if you are on a student visa, okay, you can, if you are planning in future to bring your spouse, you can plan a course which is of minimum of 18 months. Masters, you can take a 2-year masters, or else you can take a master which requires 1 year of study and 6 months of internship. That is 18 months. So minimum this much time you need to be in France, and plus you will have an extended visa for 2 years mostly, which will be APS. So if you have that, you are qualified to call your spouse in France. Same goes with CDI holders, full-time job employees. Then you have passport talent people who have business over here, who came from India to France on a business visa. The conditions are this. This is the main criteria for getting your spouse in France. So if you are on a student visa and you are thinking to call your husband or wife in France, do you have a question that are they allowed to work? The answer is no, they cannot work, because you are on a student visa and you cannot work for more than 964 hours in a year. So you are already on a student visa, so you cannot actually fund your spouse. Okay, what they can do is they can also come and they can study if they want to. They have to show all the financial details. If they are coming for 6 months, 3 months, whatever the duration is, they have to show all the funds, their airline, their round way tickets, their stay, how they are going to fund themselves for the stay if they are traveling to different places from France, how they are going, their tickets, their reservations, etc. So they have to show all the financial details. Okay, the details, exactly how much money is required, etc., etc., is all mentioned in a website which I'm going to share in the description, so do check. So if you are on a student visa, yes, you can call your spouse, but no, they cannot work here. Second one we have is the talent passport holders, the people who come from India on a specific passport for certain jobs and certain skills they have, which is considered under the talent section. So what they can do is, yes, their spouse are allowed to work in France. And the same goes with CDI holders who have full-time job and are earning minimum 23-40 euros in a month. Now the second one is how much money you have to show to make sure that you can handle the person who is coming, the expenses for them. So in this category, student visa holders are not considered. We will talk about the other visa holders, and we'll talk about how much money they have to show, how much funds they have to show, depending on the person. Okay, so you need to show 1,149 euros for inviting 2 or 3 people max, and it increases if you want more people, like 6 to 7 people. So it is like 1,387 euros. So these are the basic funds requirement for inviting your family or spouse. Third part is the accommodation for your visitors, for your spouse, your family. So there is a specific requirement, which is if there are 2 or 3 people, then you need to have at least 22 square meter, 22 to 28 square meter of space. Plus if there is one more person, then you have to add 10 square meter as well. So you need to have a good space for inviting people as well. It's not like you are staying in a 10 square meter place and you invite your wife or your husband or your child or your mom or dad. So you need to have proper accommodation and the area requirement as well. You need to fulfill that. Mostly the visa gets rejected because of accommodation as well. That is the second most important rejection reason. Let's say you fulfill all the criterias and you are able to show the finance, the accommodation requirements, the square meter requirements. What is next to do? So the person who is coming from India has to register in OFI in India, the French Office for Integration and Immigration. They have to go and put an application at DAS, that is DDASS, which is like the local medical and social services department for the person who is applying for the dependent visa for France. So there the administration might ask the financial stability, how they are going to fund themselves. And now if you are on a student visa holder, how you have to take care. If you are on the other passport talent or other visa holders, how you have to take care of it. So there they might check the financial stability, or they might, and actually not or, and they might check the accommodation details as well, the requirements which they have asked for. So you cannot just book something and which is not according to the proper requirements which the government have asked. You cannot just show that, because they might come to the place and check. And that's why I mentioned that accommodation is one most important thing, and which is the second main reason to get rejection in your visa. If you have accommodation and financial stability very strong, you have strong proof of all this, then I don't think so there will be so much issues with getting visa. Now once you have finished all the steps and you have come like a bit closer to coming to France, you get a long stay visa. You have to be in France within 3 months of getting the visa. If you think that I have taken visa, I got visa for like a long stay visa and I'll go after 3 or 4 months, no, you have to be in France before 3 months. Okay, and the last thing you need to do is, once you come to France, you need to register yourself at OFI. We have heard it before for students as well, but it is also for the dependent visa holders who come to France. So that is French Office for Integration and Immigration. So basically this is the place where they valid your visa. Okay, you do this as soon as possible whenever you come to France. Okay, so these are the details which I got from internet, of course, and I have asked to some of my friends and they have given the same answer. And the VFS again is very helpful with this, and it is the main gateway to come to France. So do check their websites. They have everything in detail, and if you have any queries you can ask them as well, and you can ask me as well. So for this time, I hope this was helpful, because there were so many people who have asked about this. And voila, we have reached to the end of video. There is one thing which I would like to share. So if anyone wants to talk to me for, like, you are very serious to coming to France and are confused as to which intake you have to take, or which city you should go, not only Paris, and what type of universities, and you are confused between selecting the courses or the universities, you can directly call. There is a link in the description, so you feel free to access that. And with that note, I will take a sign off, and until next week, like, share and subscribe and hit the notification button. And anybody who wants to share their experience from the school who are in France, look forward to meet you. Comment below or send an email. Rest everything you know. So until next time, ciao, bye, and au revoir. Let's start talking in French. So au revoir, au revoir, bye bye.